What is up guys, it's Jordan here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing another Gears of War 4 video. We're going to be talking about the good and the bad, primarily about the multiplayer, but I guess some of these do carry over to the single player as well. But primarily this is multiplayer focused. I've been meaning to make this video since the early access came out. Spoiler alert, there are more goods and bads. This game is, I wouldn't say perfection, but it's not far off. It is a really good game, and if you haven't got it, I highly recommend you go and check it out. But if you need some more convincing or you haven't made up your mind, hopefully this video will help you. So, starting off with the good points, I've got several bullet points here. If you guys have thought of anything else that you like about it, then please drop it in the comments so everyone else can see more good points, but these are just the ones that I have written down here. So the first one is familiar. It plays a lot like the older games, except for better. It's like, when you first pick it up, you instantly know it's a Gears game. It's a little bit faster paced than usual, but you know it's a Gears game, and if you've played the other ones, you'll pick it up so quickly, and it's so much fun to hop straight back into a Gears game, especially on the new consoles. It's just a great feeling, and they've definitely nailed it with the Gears feeling. The second point is expanding upon the first one, and that is the refined movement system. Although it feels very Gears-like, it also feels a lot faster and a lot more fluid. Moving from cover to cover has never felt so good in a Gears game. A couple of issues that I had with the older games were that I found that the A button would sometimes get confused about what you were trying to do, and you were trying to do too much. This is definitely still present in Gears 4, but I have found that the A button is a lot more responsive, and you have less of those issues where you're trying to go into a certain bit of cover and your character will do the wrong thing. This was a serious issue with some of the other Gears games, and like I said, it does happen from time to time, but it seems to be a lot less frequent, which is definitely a good thing. So the third point, and that is the game modes. There are so many game modes, and all of them are definitely unique and really interesting. My personal favourite one is Dodgeball, which is where if someone dies, you are dead for good, but then if a friendly teammate gets a kill, you can then be revived through that kill. So it can sometimes lead to some very intense matches, and you can turn a 1v5 into an equal fight. And as well as that, you can get some games that drag on for quite a while, which may sound boring, but it's never boring when you're playing Dodgeball and Gears. It's always fun. Like, if a game lasts 20 minutes, it's fun. For me, personally, I just don't think it can get boring, because it's so interesting and so tense, because 1 minute you can be on the ropes, 1v5, and then you can be, you know, in the advantage, and you can go back and forth, and it's just a lot of fun. And that's why it's called Dodgeball, because it goes back and forth all the time. You also have some other game modes coming back. One of my favourites is Execution, one of the competitive modes. You know, your traditional one life game mode, which I'm pretty sure Gears was one of the first games to introduce that one life concept. But nonetheless, another good mode. You also have Arms Race, which is a lot like Gun Game, but I think slightly better actually, because it's like a team shared thing. So, you know, you get a gun, and you've got to get 3 kills with that gun team-wide. So if anyone gets a kill, it counts, and then the first team to obviously get all the guns and get all the kills wins. Again, a really good game mode, similar to Gun Game, but slightly improved upon, I think. Again, that's a personal opinion. You also have all the usuals like Team Deathmatch and King of the Hill, as well as Guardian, which is a game mode where you have a team leader, and as long as the team leader's alive, you can respawn. So what I'm trying to get at is there's literally a game mode for everyone here. You've got different playlists like social, core, and competitive, and it's just really good because no matter what you feel like, there's a game mode for it, and obviously you have Horde mode as well. The fourth point is weapon balancing. I definitely think this is the most balanced Gears game we've had to date, because normally in a traditional Gears game, up close the Gnasher was uncomparable. Like, that was the gun up close, whereas now you have some new guns like the Enforcer, which I've been using a lot. I think the Enforcer is a really good counter to the Gnasher if you learn how to use it properly. You've got the new sniper rifles like the M-Bar. You've got some really good guns in there, and as well as that, the traditional classic guns all are just equally as balanced as always. There's not a lot to say about that, because Gears has never really had an issue with balancing when it comes to guns. So once again, they've nailed the gun balancing, and even though they've introduced some new guns, some really good ones, it's still a very fair game, which is absolutely crucial in any sort of shooter game like this. And my final point is about esports. I'm really excited to see that Gears is pushing into the esports community. Esports is becoming such a big thing, especially this year. It's just blown the fuck up. Like, everyone wants to get into esports. Although it's not for everyone, I think for that core group of people that love competitive gaming, it's really, really good to see a Gears game get into esports, because I don't think, I could be wrong here, but I don't think there are any major third-person shooters in esports at the moment. I could be awfully wrong, and I apologise if I am, but as far as I'm aware, there's not, so it's good to see that we've got a third-person shooter breaking into esports. Now, I wish I didn't have to do this part of the video, but there is a few bad points. However, the good thing is there aren't many of them, and also a few of them are being actively worked on. So now, when I wrote down my list of points, the first one was going to be that the coins take way too long to earn, but I'm actually happy to say this kind of goes into a good point. They fixed this already. They very quickly pushed out a patch where they reduced the cost of the box, and they've also increased how many coins you earn per game. So although I was going to mention this as a bad point, it's now become a good one because they fixed that very quickly. Awesome thing by the Coalition, they listened and fixed that ASAP. Okay, so the first real bad point is that leveling has no relevancy anymore. It's just a number, whereas in previous games there was a sense of progression from leveling, you know, you'd unlock new characters and things like that. That's completely gone now. It really has no purpose other than every 5 levels you get some coins. Kinda sucks they removed that because leveling is still fun. It would have been good to mix some leveling rewards with the crates as well. This leads me on to my third point, which is supply crates they aren't too bad to be honest, but they remove progression from the game. There's no real actual progression, it's just RNG. You can get anything at any point, and to be honest, I do like that sort of system. However, I do think there should be a progression in there as well. At the moment, there is no progression at all, barring your own skill level from what you play, which is a good thing obviously, but still it would be nice to have some actual unlocks from levels instead of it all just being random. And the final point I want to talk about is the lack of good character skins. There aren't many classic characters. It would have been really nice to see some Carmines as playable characters. I've mentioned that in my previous video. So I just think the characters are a bit lacking. A lot of them are just reskins of characters that we already have, whereas in previous games you had a massive host of characters that you could play as. So I think it's a missed opportunity, especially with the classic characters not showing up. We could have seen like Ty, Dizzy, Carmines obviously. So it kind of sucks they're not in there. I'm not a huge fan of some of the skins. The only one that I really play is Cog because that's my favourite. It's the closest to Carmine we have. So I think that's, like I said, a missed opportunity. But hopefully with updates, in fact almost guaranteed they're going to bring out some more characters. That's not a massive issue, but it's something that is on the list. But anyway guys, if you have any more things to add to this, please do put it in the comments because I can't think of everything. Everyone has personal opinions on what's good and bad about this game. Overall, it's an absolutely amazing game. It is honestly worth the money. And if you're a bit worried that it doesn't do justice to the Gears franchise, it definitely does, and I highly recommend you go out and get it, especially because you can now get it on PC as well. Another good point right there. Honorable mention, the PC port is top notch. It's not crappy by any means. It's a really good port, so well done to the Coalition for that. It feels like a PC game, which is awesome. But anyway guys, like I said, that is all the points I have. I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope it helped you out if you're still on the fence about buying this game. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please do smack that like button. It really helps me out a bunch. I just want to quickly say thank you for the support on my last video about Carmine. It's got a ton of views, it did really well, so I thank you guys for the support and watching that video. It means a lot. Anyway, I hope you guys will have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now get closer, I can feel her eyes touch, fires in your iris on divine stuff, making mad pictures in confinement, pinnacles align and force arises, magic in the flames of your mindset. You can feel the vibe get crazy when your eyes get lazy, naked in the flames, sucking on your minuscule pictures of the